It is 7:10 a.m. and we gotta smoke 'em if you got 'em. Welcome to 7:10 a.m. Wakey Bakey, guys. We're gonna get into a whole load of mess. We're talking the what's shaking bacon news, guys. Did someone become a billionaire last night in the lottery? We're going to find out what's happening in the real world, what news is happening, guys. We're going to look at that today in history, and then we're going to look back. We're throwing back to the 80s, guys. Who remembers Colombia House? We're going to look at the scams, all the craziness, how they got over on some of the artists, guys. We are deep diving into Colombia House, the conspiracies, the whole 9 yards, guys. We are going to go live into I'm excited, guys. It's going to be a good morning. We're going to start it off right, and we're going to get it done. We're going to get in there. Positivity, guys. All right, so we go live in 2. I will see you in 2.
Time to wakey and time for bakey.
Time to wakey and time for bakey.
Get ready for your host with more.
Get ready for your host with more.
Mr. Brian Brown.
Mr. Brian Brown.
It's 7:10 a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Que la roja bichuela y cuando le no viene ligado igualito que yuca. Ese pelo que tiene tan lindo, no venga a pensar que eso es una peluca. Tiene cotorra perico, yo tengo cotorra, tú tienes la cuca. Está claro en el ring, en el piso yo que
no critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que
And boom, we are live. How's everyone doing this morning? It is 7:10 a.m. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Supernova Mike. How you doing? Good morning, Rose Key. Merlin, Public Media. Mike Means, how you doing this morning, buddy? How you feeling? How's life down there in the Bullhead City? How's the garden going? How's the chickens? How's life? How's just in general? Lonnie, how you doing this morning? We got Lonnie up in the house. Lovely Lonnie. Now, great and powerful Lonnie, guys. How's everyone doing this morning? Let's get this situated here. All right, over here. Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday morning. What is this? 4/2. April Fool's Day is over. We survived. Hey, Chris O'Keefe. Good morning, buddy. Good morning. We survived April Fool's Day, guys. Everyone fingers, all the digits intact. We're all good. Everyone's got, everyone survived, guys. Hopefully, everyone had a good April Fool's Day. Anyone pull any pranks? Let me know. Blow up those comments, guys. Let me know what pranks you pulled, if you pulled any out there. Love to hear it. I didn't, my kids are a little older, so I remember when they were little, it was always um, about the pranks. I remember on St. Patrick's Day putting like green dye in their milk for their cereal or things like that. You guys know, just fun stuff. So April Fool's Day was the same thing. Scare them or whatever it may be. But yeah, they always had fun. So I didn't really get to do too much pranking this year, but you guys know, it will happen again. I will get those kids. I will get them with my pranks. No. Speaking of possible pranks, guys, or not. This is last night. They had a major over LA, a major UFO sighting, guys. We're gonna look right now to see what the explanation may be, but yeah, check that out. This was over LA last night. We also, let's see, a series of bright lights were seen streaking across the Southland skies overnight, beginning shortly after 2 a.m. KTLA began receiving numerous calls about debris or meteors falling from the sky. Videos shared with KTLA showed multiple bright streaks flying over the sky. We also received calls from videos from viewers in Anaheim, San Bernardino, Boyle Heights, Burbank, and Santa Barbara. There also have been no official answer about the lights that came from, but there has been some speculation. A SpaceX rocket lifted off from Vandenberg Space Force base in Santa Barbara County Monday night. The SpaceX Falcon 9, which carried 22 satellites to low Earth orbit, successfully launched around 7:30. KTLA reached out to the Federal Aviation Administration to see if the launch could be related, but has not heard back. So no confirmations on this. It looks a little different than the ones that I saw, guys. The ones I saw was just a neat like line of satellites. This seems a little different. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? UFO or not? I'll let you be the judge. All right, guys. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of coincidental that SpaceX launched that thing. The more we launch stuff in the sky, the more it's going to seem like other things. I don't know. We'll have to try it. We'll have to wait and see. All right, guys. Someone really tried to take a bite out of crime. Oh man! And the reason I laugh is because that is a cornball joke, guys. We have a DUI suspect literally taking a bite out of crime. He tried to bite. He did bite. The officer arresting him, guys, and it wasn't McGruff the crime dog either. Who remembers McGruff? Speaking of the 80s, man, McGruff the crime dog. Here's the suspect. He's having a hard night, man. He's having a hard night. Body cam video released by the LA Police Department Monday shows a violent confrontation last month between officers and a DUI suspect. The suspect, identified as Brian Goldberg, was taken to a hospital for treatment after March 1st crash at the North Alban Street and the 101 freeway. The downtown Los Angeles and the LAPD stated in a news release, Goldberg was a suspect of a felony DUI of drugs with traffic collision and suffered injuries to his face and head during the crash. Officers and Los Angeles Fire Department were escorting Goldberg through the hospital. Authorities said he became combative and tried to get off the gurney. Help me, please. Goldberg could be heard screaming in the video as he's being taken to the hospital. At several points, Goldberg appears to be trying to bite the officer's hands and sleeves. During the altercation, use of force occurred, and during the use of force, officers placed and clenched his hands behind Goldberg's throat area and placed his open hand around his neck. Police stated Goldberg did not sustain any injuries during the use of force. Love the way they tried to explain a chokehold, but without being a chokehold. No community members were injured as a result of the incident, which was under investigation, the news release stated. No further details regarding the suspected DUI crash were released. So a little, instead of a hit and run, we got a bite and run, guys. Oh, man, that's no good. My dad counted down one time at Van Buren. Falling space junk, maybe. Did any of us listen to McGruff and just say no to drugs? That's why we're all here, Lonnie. That's why we're all here, buddy. All right, what else we got? Wow. One suspect in 25 Long Beach residential burglaries was arrested, guys. The Long Beach Police Department has arrested a suspect in a residential burglary spree that began August of last year. 48-year-old Long Beach resident David Silver, formerly of 90210. No, that's a different David Silvers. Is the primary suspect in at least 25 residential burglaries that occurred in the city, and the officers believe that could be additional victims. On the top of the 25 in Long Beach, Silver is also suspected of similar crimes in Glendale, Los Almotas, Cerritos, and Torrance. The investigation revealed that all the burglaries had similarities. Silver allegedly posed as a salesman or a service worker and would knock on the door of the homes. When it appeared that no one was in the house, Silver would break into the residence and steal items such as jewelry, collectible coins, heirlooms, jewelry boxes, and money. Detectives identified Silver as the primary suspect and executed a search warrant in the 48-year-old's home on March 9th. He was arrested and transported and booked on residential burglary. Authorities believe there may be many unreported crimes. They didn't say if they caught him at his house or not, or if they caught any of the stuff that he stole. Be interesting with that many burglaries. He probably should have the stuff all over the place. What else we got, guys? Let me see. SpaceX launch. Oh, let's see. Winning numbers drawn for $1 billion jackpot. Lottery last night, guys. Lottery fever has been hitting Southern California, Arizona, all across America, guys. The past weeks with the $1 billion up for grabs in the national lotteries. Monday Powerball drew an estimated $1 billion jackpot. The winning numbers are 19, 24, 40, 42, 56, and the Powerball is 23 with a double X power play. There were no winning tickets sold that hit all 6 numbers. None. You get one more chance, guys. All those 6 players won $1 million across the nation. Wednesday's jackpot will increase to $1.10 billion. The national lotteries has swelled historic jackpot amounts over the past week. Someone in New Jersey, one winner hit $1.13 billion. Although no one from Southern California has won the main prize in the National Lottery of late, a couple lucky lotto players did win a significant amount of money. $1 million, $2.4 million, all over California, guys. The winning ticket should be purchased from one of us in the Dank Nation, guys. That's right. Man, get another chance. $1 billion. Who wants to be a billionaire? I do. So effing bad. Um, oh, so bad. Um, what else is happening, guys? You know what? I did want to. I wanted to kind of talk about this real quick, guys. Yesterday I'm planning on playing. Nice, nice. Teresa Deller. Good morning, guys. I want to talk about this. And is this no way a knock on what this law is, one way or another? I'm just pointing out the facts, just the facts, man. Minimum wage in California for workers have went up to $20 an hour, guys. Um, it's crazy. God bless them. People need to make a living. I get both sides of it, but what I want to talk about is not right, not wrong. I do want to talk about prices, though. Obviously, prices are going to go up. Because depending on what you're paying for. I mean, obviously. So we're going to look at the difference in the price. So Needles, California has gotten hit, unfortunately, with the same order, guys. So we're going to look at the prices compared to Arizona. I did a little bit of this last night, and it seems on average it has went up for the meal. $20 an hour. Congratulations. Now you get 15 hours a week instead of 38. So the minimum meal in California at the Needles location is going to cost you $15 for the cheeseburger meal. Everything else is about $15 to $17 for value meals compared to the 11. So about $4 more per meal you're going to be paying. A cheeseburger, a straight, just regular, no, not even cheese, just straight hamburger, $5, $2 in Arizona. Double cheeseburger, $9, guys. That's a triple cheeseburger. My bad. Double cheeseburger is $8. Yeah, man, it's going to affect a lot of people. Be interesting to see if the rest of the country takes on. It's an experiment, I guess, guys. It'd be interesting. Yeah, I mean, and then that's the thing they're trying. They're not going to make less money, so now they got to figure out ways to make you work harder for that $20 an hour, or make people pay. $5 an hour is going to be interesting. What I'm interested in is in Needles here where we're at. It's a freeway town, so you're getting a lot of freeway traffic. Does that affect business, or how much business is local that now doesn't go? $15 for a burger, man. Two people go to Denny's. Go to Denny's and have a sit-down meal for cheaper than that. We only get the one Sammy's 2 for 50. Are they going to continue to be that? I wonder. That's the other question. Are they going to keep doing the deals like that? Because the two for $5, man. That's a great deal. I love those McMuffins when they do that. All right, yeah. So keep an eye out on that, guys. Prices are going up for McDonald's, for Jack in the Box. What was it? $6 for a drink, a large drink at Jack in the Box, man. They ain't messing around. We got another storm coming in, guys. Another rainstorm coming in this week. After a rainy Easter weekend, forecasters say Southern Californians can enjoy a warm trend through Wednesday, though more rain is expected Thursday night and throughout the next weekend. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that, guys. Man, doesn't want to let go. Doesn't want to let go, does it? Springtime. Fast food is now forcing me to eat healthy. It's cheaper. You know what? That isn't such a bad thing. When it shouldn't be cheaper to eat horrible than it is to eat healthy. It should be cheaper to eat healthy. But that's just the world we live in, guys. Just the world we live in. All right, speaking of the world we live in, guys. We are going to get into roll call this morning, guys. You want to get shouted out? Blow up those comments. Let me know what you think of a $15 cheeseburger value meal. Blow up those comments, guys. Let's see what you got. Let's get into roll call.
All for the Danksters at 7:10 a.m. Rise and shine, it's time to slam, break the mold. Rebel from the north, Danksters unite, let's raise a storm. D-A-N-K, we're here to play, loud and proud, we won't obey. 7:10 a.m., we'll rock your day. Danksters assemble, never fade away.
All right, Danksters assemble, never fade away. Who do we got up in here this morning? We got Supernova Mike. Good morning, Supernova. How you doing, neighbor? We got the wonderful, the sweet, the talented Rosie Key. We got Merlin Public Media. Mike Means in the house, getting the gardens ready. The gardens. How's springtime looking over in the gardens, Mike Means? We got Lonnie. Lonnie, the great, the powerful, the wise. Lonnie, how you doing, buddy? How you feeling this morning? How's the chest doing? Chris O'Kane, the king of the diamonds. Chris O'Kane, how you doing, buddy? Oh, man, we got Teresa Deller up in here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Teresa Deller, the Robin Hood of Needles, California. She steals from the rich, hangs with the poor. No. Oh, man. Teresa Deller, one of our favorites, guys. The Rap, thanks for the rain. I'm eating before I leave Needles anymore. Yeah, man, I'm just crazy. And that's just going to be all through California now, too. You're just going to see an increase. It'll be interesting to see this Panera Bread thing that the governor was able to kind of give them a free pass for whatever reason because they're a bakery. Be interesting to see if they end up getting, ousted because of playing favorites type of thing. Hey, everyone should pay their due. Everyone should pay their due. All right, guys, we are going to get into something I like to call Today in History, guys. If we don't know the past, we're doomed to repeat it. That's right, guys. And this is brought to you by the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. Wild weekend drops are live, guys. Go check them out. My armpit itches where I had my surgery. Sorry, guys. I mean to itch my armpit live on the air. How disgusting. I actually got physical therapy in a few hours, guys. So that's not looking forward to that. Anyway, today in history, guys, Brian got stretched out in physical therapy and drove 5 hours. Fun stuff. Now, today in history, brought to you by the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. We don't know the past. We're doomed to repeat it. Let's get it done, guys. Today in history, a journey through time where legends are born and secrets intertwine. Join us at 7:10 a.m. for all to see as we unravel the histories from our history. All right, the history from our histories. We got some birthdays, guys. We got Charlemagne, not the Bachelor. Charlemagne, or the god, whatever his name is. The Holy Emperor Charlemagne was born on April 7th, 747. Who else we got in the birthday world today, guys? We got something's in the birthday world today. Alec Guinness, British actor, famous for the variety of stage and screen, but most known for his portrayal of Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars, guys. Charlemagne, Holy Emperor, was born. Like we said, Marvin Gaye, let's get it on. Ooh, let's love, baby. Didn't he just die? Like, yeah, we were just talking about, man, he died the day before his birthday. That's horrible. Horrible. Pope Saint John Paul II was born in 1920, guys. Oh, no, he died today. Sorry, guys. He died today. Camilla Padula, American academic, was born today. Emilio Harris, American singer-songwriter, was born today, guys. Hans Christian Andersen, Danish author. Great books. Was born today, guys. Casanova. I ain't no Casanova. I ain't no Romeo. That's right. Casanova was born on April 2nd, 1725. Max Ernst, German artist, was born today, guys. Emile Zola, French author, was born today. Veronique Pascal, Hungarian football player, was born today. I think that's anyone really of interest, guys. There's some Turkish counselors or some nonsense. 2005, the death of Pope John Paul II, guys. Bishop of Rome and head of Roman Catholic Church from 1978, Pope John Paul II, who was the first non-Italian pope in 455 years and the first from a Slavic country, died in Vatican City on this day in 2005. Oh, man. Let's see who else we got. Portuguese filmmaker Manuel de Oliveira, who was known for richly meditated and awesome self-reflected films that were frequently inspired by literary and theater work, died at age 106 years old. Holy Jesus. Man, 106. That's a big bucket of wind. That's how old Mr. Crispers is going to be. 106 years old. Jesus. Man. 1992, guys, American organized crime boss John Gotti, the Teflon Don, was convicted on 13 criminal counts, including the murder of Paul Castellano and other racketeering and obstruction of justice, and was sentenced to life in prison. You know, it's so weird when they do deals like that. So Sammy the Bull Gravano, who was his right-hand underboss, was the one who actually did the murders on a lot of those. John Gotti just ordered them. But kind of like a Charles Manson deal. John Gotti goes down and they actually let Sammy walk. And then he ends up getting busted for ecstasy ring in Phoenix, of all places. And now he's doing YouTube videos. So, crazy. Crazy. As the world turns, guys. Argentina troops seize the Falk Islands, participating in Falk Island War with Britain, 1982. 1978, the soap opera Dallas debuted as a 5-part miniseries on American television. Hugely popular, it became a running series and revolutionized primetime dramas. Maybe it's good prices may stop eating fast food. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, Teresa Deller, I think it's going to help me not eat out as much. Like, it's just super convenient when you can go right down the street and grab a burger or whatever it may be. Guys, we got an issue here. Rosie, breaking news, guys. Rosie has just informed me she's got to do the truffle shuffle. That's what she does when she goes to the bathroom, guys. All right, we'll be right back with Rosie's truffle shuffle and more today in history.
Rosie the bulldog, she's quite a sight, running around the park with all her honey. When nature calls, she knows what to do. Take a little break just to see it through. Rosie the bulldog, she's got style, doing her business with a happy smile. On a little adventure before we resume. Waiting for Rosie, just a quick interlude. Rosie the bulldog, wagging her tail, perfectly mischief in her eyes without fail. She struts around the park with pride, searching for that perfect spot far and wide. Oh, Rosie's on a mission, won't you take a seat? The show's on break, for Rosie does what bulldogs need. Her little act of nature, will patiently await for when the curtains rise and the show resumes its stay. You'll touch to learn, yeah. Rosie the bulldog, oh so sweet, takes the time when it's time to meet. She waddles around, playing with her toys, but there's one thing she must do, and it brings her such joy. Rosie's on the bridge, she's doing her thing, pooping outside where the birds all sing. The show will go on, but we'll patiently wait. For Rosie's done pooping, it's worth the wait.
Come on, my love. Let's go to the bathroom. All right, guys. Rosie is still using the facilities. Still using the facilities, guys. Hang on 1 second. I gotta be out there so she doesn't bark at anyone. This dog. This dog. Good girl. Come on, Good girl, Rosie. Good girl. Rosie's a good girl. Did your business. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Rosie's business is complete. I got pants on. It's all good. It's all good. Gotta go. Have a productive day. You too, Teresa Deller. You too. All right, yes. Sorry about the interruption. Today in history, guys. Stanley Kubrick, 2001 Space Odyssey, had its world premiere in Washington, D.C. in 1968, becoming a classic, setting the benchmark for sci-fi TV or films and possibly the moon landing. I'm not giving up on that, guys. 1917, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson. Rosie's business is our business. Woodrow Wilson asked Congress for a declaration of war against Germany in 1917. British actor Alec Guinness, who was known for Obi-Wan Kenobi and his screen. Obi-Wan Kenobi was like very little of this guy's work, man. He had a lot of good stuff going on. Alec Guinness, big bucket of win. 1891, German sculptor and painter Max Ernst, who was leading advocate for irrational art, was born. 1865, the face of advancing Union forces, Confederate troops captured Richmond, Virginia, and the capital of the Confederate States of America during the American Civil War in 1865. 1681, King Charles II of England proclaimed the charter he had granted in March to William Penn for the Quaker colony of Pennsylvania in North America. 1513, Spanish explorer John Ponce de Leon landed on the coast of Florida. And Florida has never been the same, guys. It's now the party town. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And that was your Today in History, guys. That's right. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, good. A lot of good stuff happening out there today. John Gotti. Who remembers John Gotti getting convicted? The Teflon Don. That was a big deal. They said that he really was the one. That, it was a lot of different things, sinking the mob, but one of the main things was like his just outgoing nature and not like trying to draw attention. He liked to draw the attention, like to have the eyes on him, where most old mafia guys would have just been like, I'm a normal dude, I'm a businessman, I don't know what you're talking about. So it was a different era. That on top of people not wanting to do time. Like, you had sons of mobsters. I ain't doing no 30 years. And rat on their friends. So a lot of different things killed the mob. But this John Gotti thing, that was a major, major blow. And it wasn't the death of it, because it's still happening. But a major, major blow. All right, guys. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. The hardcore. We are talking Colombia House, guys. Who remembers Columbia House Records, or BMG? And a lot of us would remember. It was those get up. What is it? It'd be get 12 records for a penny, something like that, and then you would send it in. You actually had to send in the penny, like physically. You had to send in the penny. And then they would send you 12, I believe, 12 either CDs or cassettes. How many did you have, Lonnie? How many how many times did you use Columbia House? I'll admit, man, quite a bit. Lo and behold, if you guys didn't know, they're still collecting on some of these, man. That's how this collection agency, they're still collecting on some of this stuff, guys. So for those of you who don't know, this would be an ad that you would see in a paper, like a magazine or something. There you go. The big steal. You could get like 12 for a penny, something like that, and they would let you pick out the albums you wanted. So it would be like your Michael Jackson, whatever the hits were at that time. You were able to get for a penny. But what? And they're still active, man. They do DVDs now. That's fucking crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, they do DVDs now. That's so weird. That is so weird. Um, I can't believe they're still doing it. Trying to hang on one second, guys. Want to do the history of the 12 tapes for a penny. All right. All right, during the first 3 decades of Colombia House, it had the most unique marketing strategy. Give the customer several albums for free, although most of the early marketing campaigns required the customer to tape a penny to the envelope or postcard, which the promise that they would purchase a set of number of records and tapes for the full club prices plus shipping. There were dozens of small sheet stamps that were enclosed, and you would lick the stamps and put them on like the pad, and that's how they would know what you wanted on there. The Columbia House envelopes would arrive as junk mail that seemed as everyone's home on a regular basis. One recipient might get one type of offer, but the neighbor might receive a more lucrative offer. Many times it was teenagers in the house who intercepted this mail. They were easily suckered into the idea of getting all the albums they wanted at once, and they had to do is buy 3 or 4 albums within the next 3 years to make it. There were many underage customers who legally could not be bound to this agreement. Columbia House knew these were unenforceable, and they apparently did not care, though eventually this policy did change. Columbia House and other music clubs made it extremely easy to defraud them. There were countless cases of customers joining music clubs, receiving free albums, and never ordering more albums as a price agreed. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to talk about fraud on that level, customer level, that's really there's a lot of fraud going on. When they call, never say yes. I remember that. After 7 years, it's gone. Yeah. So what would be? I don't know about you guys, but like Mark Zandelberg lived at my same address. He ordered them too. Joey Smith, he ordered some. It wasn't just me in my household. It was a lot of people who supposedly lived there. So all of a sudden you got 30 albums and you're like 36 albums. They're not lying. They made it incredibly easy to defraud them. But so what was their gimmick on this, guys? Like, how could they have such a business model? Well, one is that the albums you were getting weren't original releases from Columbia House. They were like already from the hits. So like, you do your first pressing of an album and that goes viral, or that goes and sells. And then the second pressing is after you probably already hit platinum and they need a whole nother run. And then they got leftover ones. But these ones were a little cheaper. They weren't original recordings. And then some say, rumor has it, that they were less quality. That if you put it in a sound quality machine, you're going to get some decibels off. So they weren't the quality of a regular album. The plastic was cheaper. The print was cheaper. A lot of different things. And one of the big things I found is on a lot of these albums, they weren't counted, or they were counted, but not counted towards full sales. So Hootie and the Blowfish, they say Columbia House was the main reason that what is it? Rear Broken Window. Was a number one hit because they sold so many on Columbia House for a penny that they ended up going triple platinum or something. It ended up being a monster hit on their hands. And that was because a lot of the new Columbia House. But because of that, they didn't get paid a lot. Columbia House was notorious for not kicking down royalties, guys. Some of the other negative practices of Columbia House. Columbia House practiced negative option billing, a form of commercial distribution in which services are automatically supplied to the customers until specific cancellation is issued. The practice has drawn many complaints from customers, specifically a 49-cent video offering. Other questionable businesses practices, memberships are often, even to this day, you don't cancel your membership, you get billed, kind of like the same deal. A class action lawsuit was filed in 2011. A nationwide class action lawsuit was filed against Columbia House Direct Brands Inc., seeking monetary damages and an injunction stopping Direct Brands' alleged business practices, unauthorized credit cards, inability to cancel unwanted products. Hey, back to retro. What's happening, buddy? What's happening? We're talking Columbia House. How many Columbia House people lived at your house back to retro? I had 36 albums later. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Fun cash and dividend dollars. Columbia House offered a point system where movies bought resulted in points or fun cash. They got a horrible Better Business Bureau rating. So some of their bad business practices were their aggressive debt collection. That was a big one. I don't know, man. It's such a weird deal to have a business model like that you just know is gonna be crazy. But they had their time, man. I don't know what their profits were, but man, Columbia House going to chill. Smokey and the Bandit is live on Back to Retro Review. Nice. Yeah, go check it. Man, I love me some Smokey and the Bandit. I'll have me a Dr. Pepper. And what is it? An El Diablo burger and a Dr. Pepper. Was too poor for Publishers Clearinghouse. But Columbia House is still around and kicking, guys. Still around and kicking. Let's go to the wild world of Reddit. We love our Reddit on here, guys. Let me see. Anyone else here have those wooden cassette holders that held 100 cassettes? By the time I switched to CDs, I was up to 4. I once ran out of space and remember those? They were like a wooden thing. You put your cassettes in them. They were like perfectly slotted. Those were great. Let's see. Orchid Walkerin said, once I ran out of space in racks, I snagged this decorative wooden wine box that held 4 bottles. 4 rows of cassettes fit exactly the width of 25 or more columns. I started with Columbia House and added BGI. I was the first time I started hating to see mail addressed to me was when the bills showed up. Oh, when you get that anxiety, oh man, you don't want to go to the mailbox. That's the worst. If it wasn't for Columbia House when I was a kid, I wouldn't have had to learn how to commit mail fraud. Oh man, I remember getting on. This is from Rumschlander. I remember I got one of those second shipments. I didn't want them. I wrote them multiple letters saying I don't want these. What do I do with them? And instead of just keeping getting letters saying "fuck you, pay us," from different people each time. I learned at a young age corporations are fearless and inhuman. Oh, so he wrote a letter, I don't want these, and they wrote him back, fuck you, pay us. My favorite on Jackie Gleason, man. That's really good. I love his interactions in the car, too. That's just such a classic. I don't think people realize what a classic Smokey and the Bandit is, man. From beginning to end, that's just a good movie. I really like the Cannonball Run series too, but Smokey and the Bandit is different. Like the comedy's better. I remember staying up on ABC. It was on ABC. And late night, you're supposed to be in bed by 8 o'clock. And a real little kid. And Smokey and the Bandit come on. You would see it, you'd pop your head in, and you would just see little glimpse of it. You know, and it was a big movie at the time. So for it to be on TV, oh, my OG, man, this was from 97, I believe, 97, 98. I got this at a Monday Nitro in Las Vegas, Nevada. Super pumped for WrestleMania. Good Monday Night Raw last night, but yeah, Smokey and the Bandit, man, that great movie. What about the little best little whorehouse in Texas? That was another one that you would get sent to bed early when that thing was on TV, and you would run and be like, "Oh," trying to catch your little eyeballs, some Dolly Parton action. Oh man. Let's see here. I was convinced my willing and dealings with this was gonna taint my credit record for the rest of my life. I can't fucking believe it never showed up. Well, you never really signed anything. You know you're old when our shirts are older than our kids. He ain't wrong. This is older than my kids. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I wasn't even married yet. That's crazy. Way to make me feel old. Back to retro. Good shape though. Good shape. I would make up names. This is from Scott Pendergast. That sounds like a made up name. I would make up names to be used the address to get my collection going. I did the same thing. Like I said, Joey Smith and CDs for me. But yeah, I still have a huge batch of them sitting in a box that I don't use. Let me see. Multiple Spy says sometimes they'd send you a replacement artist if one you asked for wasn't available. On one occasion, my brother ordered Green Day Dookie, but I guess they didn't have it, and they sent him Grace Jones. That was the other thing. You would get um, these really weird like Grace Jones. Grace Jones, you guys remember her? She was African American lady, real dark, who had like the hair. She was like a model, and I think she was in Conan the Destroyer. Yeah, she was like kind of the it thing for a while. Grace Jones, man, I forgot that she even had an album. That's crazy. She had a unique look. That's all I'm gonna say. I may or may not have requested Don Johnson's Heartbeat cassette on my first order. Luckily, or not, it was out of stock and I had to choose an alternative tape. Again, Don Johnson. Who's buying Don Johnson? My first experience with deck collection. What fond memories. I started my collection with Colombia House, but all the cool kids joined BMG Music for alternative music. My first order was for 8 tracks. Oh, dang. Piss Perez says, in my defense, my first car was a 71 Firebird that only had an 8-track player. The car was only 15 years old then. Woo! A nice Firebird like that? Oh, man. I still owe a Columbia House for a couple of tapes from back in the day. Moo Guy. 1970. Here, can someone explain the business model to me? To this day, I have no idea how they made money. They buy tapes, cheaps in bulk at a discount, and tease you with the 12-for-1 credit. So this is the model kind of broken down. Intro membership. I say membership because it's like a gym membership at this point. You're locked in. You sign a contract saying you'll buy X numbers of tapes at retail over the price. You mail them monthly newsletters, and you can select the music you want to buy. If you don't buy the agreed upon tapes, you're on the hook for the whole price, blah, blah, blah. Even if you do fulfill your obligation at the end of the year, you have purchased 24 tapes at 50% price, still a profit for them since they buy and sell in bulk. So they were doing their numbers in like in quantity. Now, what was the most random album you owned? I had Shaq's first album. I think I did too. Most random album. William Shatner? Does that count? I had a William Shatner album as a kid. That was an odd one. What else? Eddie Murphy. What about the Eddie Murphy when he became a singer? Eddie Murphy. I think he had a song "Happy" or something. Make me happy. No, that's a different guy. But yeah. Blow up the comments, guys. What was the most random tape you owned back in the day? Everyone had that weird one that it's not a cassette tape, but my son, when he was like 12, someone gave him a Ben Carson book. Who the fuck's giving a 12-year-old a Ben Carson book? He still has it. It might be here when he moved out. He's like, I don't want this fucking book. What's some of the weird random stuff you've come upon in your life? Weird album. The Shaq album. I totally remember that, man. That's a throwback back to retro. The freaking Shaq album, man. Oh, that is just, I totally forgot about that. Shaq Diesel. Wasn't that what it was? Oh, man. Let's see here. So, Colombia House and competitor BMG bought in tons of gross revenue as late as 2000. The two companies were grossing $1.5 billion a year. But even with the negative option billing bringing in cash for club members who forgot to return their rejection forms, Colombia House operated on a seemingly tight margin. Columbia House and BMG had some fairly clever ways to save cash. Until 2006, the company had never actually secured written licenses to distribute the records they sent to club members. Instead, the club saved the hassle and the expense by paying most publishers 75% of the standard royalty set by copyright law. The clubs argue that since the publisher were cashing their discounted checks, they were submitted to implied licensing. So anyone was just send them like some money and they would cash them. So they're like, hey, we don't have an agreement, but that's the agreement. I had Shaq Diesel and Shaq Fu. Oh no, not Shaq Fu. Oh. Oh my God, that's crazy. I forgot he had a follow-up. Shaq Fu. Let's see. Most publishers don't love this arrangement, but for decades it was pretty tough to fight back. As some of the biggest pre-internet retailers, the club held enormous power over the music market, getting a lot of bands platinum and stuff. So you didn't want to rock the boat, I guess, so to speak, with Columbia House. Did anyone really, really take advantage of those introduction offers? Joseph Parvin of New Jersey was undoubtedly the patron saint of anyone who ever wanted to stick it to the music club for receiving unwanted records. In 2000, the 60-year-old Parvin admitted that he used 16 post office boxes, his own home address, to fleece Columbia House and BMG out of 26,554 discs during a 5-year span in the 90s. He pled guilty to a single count of mail fraud. Parvin's plea included a story of another scammer who, as nearly horrific. Just 5 months earlier, David Russo pled guilty to stockpiling 22,000 CDs using a similar scheme. He then sold the booty at the flea markets. That's not a bad idea. I had Shaq Fu on Sega Genesis. Oh, man. I also had Crisscross. Yeah, I think we all had Crisscross. Make you want to jump. Mac Daddy, make you jump. That's right. This may come as a shock, but your 1994 self. But Columbia House and BMG eventually fell under the same umbrella in 2002. Columbia House then owners Sony and AOL and Time Warner sold a majority stake of the company in the Blackstone Group. We don't mess with the Blackstone Group, guys. In 2005, Blackstone again flipped Columbia House to the German media giant Barcelona, owner of BMG, and reported $400 million. Can I still order music from Columbia House? The company is now selling DVDs and Blu-rays. That is insane. Let's go. I want to go to Columbia House. Let's check this out before we wrap this thing up. Let's see what Columbia House is doing these days. I'm curious now. Are they still doing the same business model? Is mainly what I'm interested in. All right, guys, let me share the screen with you here. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? All right. All right. Do you see what I see? There we go. All right. Let's do this thing here. So what do we got? You get your first 2 DVDs for $10 each. That's not a good deal. That's for a DVD. That's not a. We are old when our shirts are older than our own. Oh man, blowing up the chat this morning. Oh man, Kevin, you were in your 30s when Shaq Fu came out, right? Mr. Crispers, that's not polite. So you get 2 DVDs for $10. That's not a good deal. That's not a good deal. So 2 DVDs, add select DVDs for $12. Who's buying DVDs anymore? Some of these are new movies too. Let's see. This one's a Blu-ray. Let's see. Okay, so these are Blu-rays for $10. All right. I mean, do they got any 4K? Oh man! And are you obligated to buy like more and more and more? I'm gonna look if they got any 4K Blu-rays. Sorry, no matches. Oh man! Let's see what the clearance section looks like. Sonic the Hedgehog. The only one I've ever really heard of on here. $20? How is that a deal? How is that a clearance? Columbia House isn't the Columbia House we once knew, guys. They're trying to make up for all those all those lost profits that they have. Man, Columbia House, you were a kid of the 90s, guys, of the 80s, 90s. If you had Columbia House records, 8 tracks. Oh man, what was my first Columbia House? Nirvana was in there. Salt and Pepper. I remember getting a little salt and pepper. Shake it up one time. Let's talk about sex, baby. That was one. Snow. Remember I had Snow on that Informer. What else did we have from? I'm trying to think. Van Halen, 5150. That was one of my first ones I got. What else was there on that? Man, so many. I had a pretty good collection by the time I was going. Like I said, thousands when I was supposedly an adult. They still got in on the BMG. I remember getting Linkin Park, Sum 41, a few ones like that. Taste in music had changed, obviously, from Salt and Pepper to those on. But man, you know what? What a great childhood. If you got BMG in the mail, you were excited, ran back. Parents like, what the hell did he get into? And yep, still in records. We're still in records, Mom and Dad. All right, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. We got a great one for 420 today, guys. We are talking conspiracies and paranormals. I'm gonna wait to talk about P. Diddy. I think I got some theories and thoughts. We might wait to talk about that. We got some new UFO sightings like the one last night, guys. We'll get into UFOs. We'll get into all sorts of stuff. We're going to have fun today, guys. It is Tuesday, Paranormal Conspiracy Theory Tuesday, guys. I'm looking forward to it. Join us at 4:20. We're going to start doing giveaways again. We're up in our game, guys. I had my freaking setup. I got a nice mic going here now. Back to retro. But stupid didn't have enough charge on my thing, so I can't charge and run multiple cords. It's a mess. But we'll be more prepared next time, guys. So appreciate you. Thank you guys for tuning in so much, man. You guys rock every day. I love doing this show with you guys. All right, I gotta get ready. I gotta go do physical therapy. Another Vegas trip today, guys. But maybe I get into a little adventure while we're out there. All right, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. Lonnie, you rock. We back to retro, Mr. Crispers, all you guys. I appreciate you. Rosie Key, Mike Means, everybody out there, guys. If I forgot you, I'm sorry. My bad. Lonnie, make sure you get Lonnie. Chantel, wherever Chantel is. Everybody, guys, I appreciate all the usual suspects. All right. I just saw that gift that Diddy says, "See ya later, alligator." And the gator says, "See you at the trial, pedophile." Lottie, that's hilarious. All right, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. I got to fart really bad. I'm going to be honest. It's going to be loud. Can't do it live on the air. So we'll see you, guys. We'll see you. That was rude. We'll see you at 4:20, guys.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Woo, you don't want to stay here. We'll see you guys.